I released like my first demo, and then at the start of 20, I released like my first experimental album, and then I've just been writing music since then. So 2 EPs, a couple singles, which oftentimes are featured on the EPs. And now I'm here. It's a new year, and it's been an awesome year so far because I recently left my job to focus more on music, and now it's like it's an all the time thing since I actually have time to do it, which is pretty cool.
What made you decide to do that? That's a brave move.
It was sucking the soul out of me. So I make video games for a living.
Yes, you do video games. Yeah, I remember that.
And I was running a company, and I was on the road like 30 weeks out of the year.
Really?
And I was having to turn down performance opportunities because of that. And so I was like, I will regret it for the rest of my life if I don't really try out music. And so back in September, I made that choice. I still make games, but it's not as involved now. And now I've been able to perform all over. You know, I just got back from Tampa and San Diego, and you know, I was in Eau Claire as well a couple weekends ago. So it's like now I can actually take those opportunities and perform more since I'm here and I have the flexibility to.
That's amazing. You are originally from Florida, if I remember?
Yeah.
Do you still have folks there?
Yeah.
Can you fill up a room in Tampa?
My parents and my sister and her husband, they live in Tampa, so it's pretty easy for me to go down there. And you know, I usually go to places where I know I'm going to have a place to stay. I don't have like endless funds, like especially traveling so much all over the U.S. and the world, like I have people I can stay with and know. Which is how I get a lot of these opportunities, is like who knows who and like who should I reach out to and connect with, and that's often how like I'm able to, you know, go, which I'm very thankful for, because like I couldn't just email someone and then end up there and having to like pay to like find an Airbnb or something like that, you know, like I just have connections and I'm able to do it through that.
Do you connect with your fans in the same way? Because you have you've done very well on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do you connect with folks that way? Do you ever stay with people that just have met you through your music?
No. I think that's kind of dangerous.
I was going to say, for someone who thinks about boundaries, I think that's probably good.
No. I have people that are fans of my music that I like am also friends with, but I haven't met anyone that is like now my friend because of music. So yeah, not really, no.
Well, yes, and because really a lot of your music is about setting boundaries, kind of internal and external.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So you must have people who come and tell you their stories, or...
I do, yeah. It's actually one of my favorite things about doing this is, you know, because like I started Speakeazie to be raw with myself and be raw with the way that I'm feeling, because I couldn't healthfully express myself to other people. Like I just looked like someone that was just like a mess, right? Because like I couldn't properly communicate things with other people, and you know, I am dyslexic, so it's like that plays a role in it. And then like my childhood, I also just like could not. I was, you know, raised in an environment where I felt really suppressed with my emotions and had to prioritize other people's emotions. So it just like, it was hard for me to eventually get to a place where I could express these things in a way that people understood it. And when I started writing music, I was like, wow, this is a good gateway. And then I had people come to me and they're like, you know, oh my God, this is how I'm feeling too. And it's like, that's super cool, because when you have a hard time communicating with people, you end up feeling kind of isolated. But when people come to you and they say, this is exactly how I'm feeling, you know, you definitely don't feel as alone there. And I see on Spotify people's playlists, you can see people's individual playlists that they make for their personal selves and their friends and their lovers and stuff. And so I see it on my Spotify back end, these playlists that people make for people they love or their friends. And like that's really heartwarming to me, because I do that, you know, I make playlists for people and my friends, and it's cool to see that my music is translating the way that music is translated to me.
Must be interesting to see who else is on those playlists.
Yeah.
You get to know some new artists that way.
Yeah, exactly. Spotify playlisting is really important to me because that's how I found music. I asked myself, I was like, how do I find, like, how do I get people to find my music? And I was like, oh, duh, how do I find music?
Right.
And I go on all these random playlists that people make. And I just listen to it, skip some, lock some down, that's how it works. But it's really important to me that, I definitely push to playlists so people, can reach that section of the world, our domain.
Well, and it would be interesting to see who you're alongside in those, because your music can have such a poppy sound, so danceable, so it's so uplifting, and the messages are so much deeper.
Yeah, sometimes it's a lot of sometimes it's like a smorgasbord of artists. Like I looked at a playlist, someone's personal playlist, and I was like on there with Pitbull, I'm like, okay, if that's how you want to switch it up, which I get it. I have like a smorgasbord playlist as well that I make private so people don't see my weird songs and my guilty pleasures paired up. But yeah, I mean, other times it makes sense. I'm like, I understand why I'm on this playlist. And then there are some times where I'm just like, Pitbull, really?
I mean, I can kind of see that.
Pitbull.
I also love Pitbull.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Whatever floats your goat. It happens.
It's fun to think of a concert where you play alongside the people who are on the playlist,
That would be fun. Like
Yeah.
taking one of the most popular Spotify playlists and then just like putting everyone in one kind of, why do we even need to plan music festivals when we can just take from like Spotify playlists and be like, all right, everybody show up. This is going to be fun.
We're all going to be dancing.
Exactly.
Should we play some of your music?
I'm ready for it.
All right. Do you want to tell us about it before, or do you want to tell us about listen to it and then tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so actually this is the first time anyone's actually hearing this in the public. The song's called Jamie, You're No Good For Me, and it's releasing on March 15th. And people are like, who the heck is Jamie, right? They think I'm talking about a person. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about Jameson. I'm talking about Jameson. It's essentially about a really toxic relationship with Jamie, and understanding that understanding that it's time to let something go, and kind of walking through the steps of reflecting and seeing exactly how things start and how they end when you're involved with Jameson. So everyone knows this about me. I nickname Jameson Jamie. It's an inner circle kind of joke. And so it'll be interesting to see how this translates to the public, because I already know it right now. Someone's going to have an ex-boyfriend named Jamie, and they're going to be like, yes, I've been waiting for this. It's like, well, that's not what it's about. But, feel free to have it in whatever way you want. But yeah, ready to roll with it.
We're going to play it.
That's a play. Yeah.
We did it.
We did it. So people can hear us talk on the live stream, but not on radio. Just to let.
Cool.
So if you go and do your swear right now.
Everybody swear right now.
Don't give me a chance. Take it.
Well, thanks for sharing this with us today. It's fun.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is like too soon to share this, but I don't actually know
I don't think so.
when it's like okay to share something, especially because, when you hear a song, you want to go and like save it or something like that, but I don't know. It'll be cool. This is a cool thing. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Thank you. Very fun. And we can play a couple other songs if you want. Anything that's on Spotify for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we usually play 2 or 3 songs.
Sure. Love Me Wild, Love Me Crazy is a clean one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't Go Anywhere is a clean one.
How does that work?
Either way, yeah.
Well, I don't want to fuck up the...
Yeah, that's what I kind of...
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, what are my clean ones? I have clean versions on the drive, but it'd be easier to just pull on Spotify.
There are some bands that you want to play and you're like, nope, 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 nope.
Do you know what time we played them around now? You know what? We can look it up later.
Okay.
We'll talk about
I
that
think
later.
it's like 7, either 7 or 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that Doors or is it?
Oh my God. Well, they actually put that on there,
Yeah,
so
Realize is good. I'll
we're
give
good
those
about
up.
that.
Like the worst room that they have ADD in. I can't
Yeah.
stop reading them.
Yeah, I can't stop playing with the markers.
It is kind of a play
There's
land of...
so much happening. Markers,
Especially
writing.
when you don't, it's your first time in here. I'm sure
Right.
you need something to look at though. If you're sitting here for hours spinning track.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process of doing a music video for this song that I'm hoping I can release on the day, but it's like, it's a little iffy.
Jamie, You're No Good For Me by Speakeazie, who we have in studio, and that was a premiere of sorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First time hearing it.
Yeah, I think you'll hear from a lot of people about that song, and especially
Oh,
once they hear that Jamie is Jameson.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I'm, because when you hear a song about something that's like telling you not to do anything, I feel like this is gonna be an anthem for people to drink more, which is not the effect.
Now,
But-
you may have a contract going with Jameson then, you never know.
yeah, they're like, you're talking about how our brand is not good for you. It's probably not good for other people, but do you want to do a partnership?
It's kind of like what Train Spotting did for heroin back in the day.
Oh my God.
used to laugh at the ads that they would have in the 80s for anti-drinking, anti-smoking would be a skeleton holding a cigarette. I'm like, that actually looks cool to a lot of,
Yeah, like
have you looked at the modeling magazines lately? Because it's kind of a skeleton carrying it.
Yeah, I fully was aware of that when I recorded this song, but it's just, what are you gonna do,
Well,
right?
no, it's a story to be told, and I think that's why people resonate with you so much, because you tell your stories, and as you say, once you put it out there, you will build a community around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's a way for people to feel raw and connected and actually have the proper conversations instead of pretending like they don't exist, because they do. So, and when you sit on it and you let it simmer and build up, you're gonna overflow at one point. And I think that if we had more outlets for people to not overflow, we would not have some of these explosive things that we see, and they can be minor or major, but the truth is we just need more outlets for people to talk about the way that they feel. And I'm really happy to be able to do that on my end with music, but also, build in the community that's already there for stuff like this already, as well as my own. So
It's good. And music is a big part of everybody's life.
mm-hmm.
There's the music, there's the music that you dance to during the good times. And then,
Mm-hmm.
what's funny is then yours is the music that you can dance yourself out of the bad times.
It's funny because my co-producer, Victor, he lives in Germany, so people don't hear about him much, but I always tell him, it's like, when I'm writing music and I start shaking my cheeks. Like, that's how I know. That's how I know. And it can be, like, sad songs, too. I mean, I very rarely, even, like, the happy songs I have, there's still, like, a shade of doubt or lack of confidence in there, insecurity. And so I can't say I've ever written, like, an actual happy song. But it's, like, I like to think of, you know, dancing sadness away. Like, I'm very much a sad dancer. Like, I'm a happy dancer as well.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you have, like, all this, I think oftentimes people think, like, sadness or depression is, like, you just sit there and you don't do anything all day. But there's so many different forms of it. And I tend to get a lot of, like, restless energy. And so a way I get rid of that or kind of help with that is not only writing music, but being able to, like, dance. And that's really cool. Dancing when you're sad. Not that it's cool to be like that, but it's really, like, it's a cool outlet in my opinion. And I never do it. I never do it in public. It's always, I turn off all the lights in my apartment because I'm afraid I'm going to see myself in the mirror and scare myself with my own dance moves. But no, it's very, like, meditative for me to dance, especially with my music. That's why I make a lot of my songs more upbeat or have, like, consistent drum tracks in the background because, you know, I like to be able to move. So that's a really big inspiration behind some of these more, like, upbeat, you know, pushes in the background.
I used to do that all the time, especially during the pandemic.
Sad dance?
I don't know. I would just call it solo dance. I mean, it was just, I mean, I would be locked in my house and going crazy dance, you know.
Yeah.
But and it would be in the dark because the same. I'm like, I don't want to be seeing myself dancing, but put in the headphones, dance or whatever, dance out. You know, it always lifts me up. You know, I mean, I think it's. But as you said, yeah, I can dance for anything. It's. But there's something about keeping yourself moving and. Your mind doesn't wander as much sometimes when you're singing along to the lyrics. Exactly. I don't sing out loud because that would be horrendous. But
oh, I totally do, and I'm up till like 3 a.m. every night. I have literally got a noise complaint for my neighbors.
Turn down the party. It's just me.
I'm free concert every night, guys. Come on. No, yeah. So I've had to. So now I just sit there and I, like, sadly whisper to myself. I sadly, like, sing my
God,
song.
I'm just picturing.
Yeah, they took away the thing that, like, makes me happiest is dancing and singing around. And given I don't always sing songs that are in my range, so they probably don't sound the best. But, like, yeah, I'm sure I'm stomping around too, you know, jumping around, and yeah, I mean, I understand it, but I'm not gonna stop. No, you know, I gotta get it out somehow.
That's it. And I can only imagine how many people are dancing to your music. I mean, that's what I think is the thing about it is, like.
Yeah, I see some people sometimes dancing, and it's very amusing to me because I'm like, huh, interesting.
Just how they dance or that they dance?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I was performing one time, and you know, like, the gothic, like, arm movements with the lights and stuff. Like, I've always, like, seen videos of that, but there was just this very extravagant, like, cool looking person off to, like, the side, and I was performing, and I've never seen something like that at my show, or one of my shows, and I look over and I see it, and they're just, like, really going for it, and I was like. Like, I was trying really hard not to laugh. Not laugh because it was funny looking, but because I just wasn't expecting it. Like, usually when I, like, see something that I am processing, I tend to laugh. And I was like, don't laugh, don't do it, come on. Get your stuff together.
Be a professional.
Come on. But I was like, I had to turn away. I couldn't look at them for a good chunk of the show because, it just made me laugh. Because it was really cool, and I was not expecting it at all. I've never seen anyone do it in real life, only videos, you know?
It's a real dance. People do that
out there. It's kind of like a dinosaur dance move, you know? It used to be really popular, and now it's, like, kind of coming back, and it's crazy to me. But it was cool. It was cool. I just wasn't expecting it.
Another way that you start a community. You put the music out there, and then people follow, and then...
The finger... I don't know, I can't... Like, they're, like, so cool, like a Power Ranger, you know. I'd love to be a Power Ranger.
I love that. Cool like a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
That could be a T-shirt right there. That's...
Cool like a Power Ranger.
Should we play another one of your songs?
Sure.
We're going to do the search. Do you have one that you know you'd like us to play?
I can tell you my most popular one that people love, and this is actually one of my favorites as well. Love Me Wild, Love Me Crazy. That one's a bop.
Yeah. Yes, I can see how popular that one is. Do you want to tell us anything about it before, or you want to tell us after, or just let people...
Yeah, we can do after.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, here we go. Love Me Wild, Love Me Crazy by Speakeazie. Is that 2 seconds of silence that every DJ's like...
The anxiety, or like I like how the mic too just falls after.
It's like a really bad date.
Been there. Switching markers. I want to fidget with this
You
cat.
can write your name on the wall.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Is there space?
Yeah, that's the... Might have to jump on a chair to do it to get some space.
Oh, I don't know.
You'll find some.
I'll find something. The problem is speakeasy is such a long word for me, and so I never make enough space for it to fit. It's a problem.
I know, you might have to get a chair and go up there. Let's see.
There's all this.
I forget that all the chairs are stools.
Yeah.
I might not wanna.
There's something over here. I mean, that's not ideal. That's not like prime real
I want to
estate.
go up there.
Yeah.
How big can I make it? Is there like a size limit?
No. Let me, no?
I don't trust this stool though. This is...
Yeah.
There's that chair that we were putting our drinks under. That seemed
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
the sturdiest.
What's happening?
What could go wrong?
Nothing. I fall and break the entire
Don't say
thing.
that.
Got it.
Oh yeah. There we go. Does this work? I should have tested it. Not really. It's okay.
How do you feel about green? I don't know. I
Is
just
that
tested there because I'm
permanent?
not...
I don't think that'll sit.
Oh,
It's
hold
gotta
on.
be permanent, I think. How about this?
Alright, so now you got a minute.
Oh God, she's
Jeez. I'm gonna die!
Well, we've had a death in the studio now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be bad. What happened in here? How far did she get? Did she at least finish it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. Nice.
I did it. I'm
Perfect
official. Forever. Until the
Perfect.
apocalypse.
Yeah, that would be good.
I did it. Just in time.
I gotta do the call letters before we... That is Love Me Wild, Love Me Crazy by Speakeazie on Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM in St. Paul. And we have Speakeazie in studio.
Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
Yeah. That song is fantastic. I mean, that's an easy dance too.
Oh yeah. No, I love that one. It's one of my favorites. You know, it's kind of hard picking a favorite.
I was just gonna ask
Because it's
you.
like all your children all
Yeah.
in one place, and it's like pick your favorite child. But that one's definitely one of my favorites. It's actually a fan favorite as well.
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
the crowd, whenever I play that one, always loves that one. Especially because I think some people when they go to shows they just look up like the first most popular song. They're like, yeah, this is the one I know. It's the only one I listen to. Because some people just come out and they don't really know what to expect. They just like hear it real quick and they're like, okay, I could vibe to this, so I'm going to show up. You guys know.
We're familiar.
Story of my
Yeah,
life.
Yeah, we're familiar.
I do that as well, especially if I'm going to be paying money to see someone. It's like, I got to make sure I'm not showing up at a place where I'm going to be miserable. So.
Well, see, that's where you're smarter than I am. We've seen some pretty...
Oh, we've seen questionable things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I imagine. You guys see a lot of music. I thought I saw a lot of music, but y'all...
This is a crowd that supports the local arts for sure.
No matter what.
I know. Speaking of supporting the local arts, tell us about some of the upcoming shows. You've got a ton of them coming up.
Yeah, so I am going to be performing tomorrow night at Punk Bowling in Memory Lanes. And that one's like an anti-Valentine show, which is kind of fun because, you know, if you know my music, it's probably a good fit. It makes sense. And then...
Yeah, you'd have to question the person who made you a mixtape or a playlist of your music for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, right?
Honey, I... Just listen.
Yeah, just, it's just tune the words out. I don't mean it. And then at the end of this month as well, I'll be at Cloudland on the 22nd. And then I have my single release party coming up. It's going to be a 4-bill act. I haven't announced the other artist yet because I like to trickle in a little bit of a tease.
Yeah.
That's going to be at Zora Darling in Minneapolis on the 14th. And then Jamie You Know Good For Me comes out on the 15th. So lines up there. And then April, I will be at Como Crib on the 19th. And then May, I'll be at Palmer's on the 29th. And that's as far as I'm gonna go, because if I keep listing them, it's people
That's
are gonna
okay,
be
because
like,
I can tell we've already got questions. Langan, have you been to Zora Darling yet?
I haven't. I wanted to. I always wanted to.
I checked it out, and really cool stage area. It's like what I really like about it, and why I wanted it to kind of be the focus for my show, is because it's not like a dive bar. You know, I love a good dive bar.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. This is nothing, but we have a lot of dive bar-y places, and this is just like, I would say, like a nicer, just like a nicer establishment. They have food, and you know, if you're there to eat or just hang out, you have that option. But the back room where the stage is, it has its own bar in there, like a pretty decent sized stage, and like I think it's like the perfect place. It's not too small, not too big, and you know, if you want to just step out and not feel your floor, like the feet sticking to the floor in the bathroom, like that's something that stuck out. I was like, wow, the bathrooms are so nice in here. It's like, and they smell good. I'm like, this is awesome. Don't get me wrong, I sometimes I just need to have one of those nights where I go into the bathroom, it smells bad, and my feet are sticking to the floor. You know, like this is what I wanted tonight. Something a little more crusty,
a little grittier.
Yeah, but for something like this, like I wanted to bring in kind of like that darker atmosphere, which they also have. So I think it's really fitting for not only myself but the other acts that I have on right now. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice. The kind of place where you don't have to have Kleenex in your pocket for the bathroom.
I like the hand sandy. Bust out the hand sanitizer.
Exactly. The other place that you mentioned that I know very little about is Como Crib.
Yeah, so Como Crib, it's like a DM for address kind of place.
Okay.
I
have seen it, but I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It highlights a lot of the younger music scene, which I really like. Actually, some of the best bands I've seen in recent times have been like 15-year-old kids just like vibing out. It is like an 18 plus kind of thing. It's more of like a house venue, I would say. But it's really cool. The people who run it are super cool and really, you know, are into music, and I think that's awesome to see. younger generations of people. I say younger generations, like I'm that much older. I'm not, like, but like 26 and like 20, like there is a large gap there as far as like life. So sometimes I show up there and I'm like, am I like the oldest person here right now?
You could always invite me and I would take care of that.
That's why I always invite him.
Yeah, I mean it's cool though. Again, I love seeing people connect through music, no matter what age you are. I think it's really cool to see, and I think that a lot of the younger local talent tends to go towards places like that, which is why it's really refreshing going to like Como Backdoor or Como Crib or some of the newer ones that are popping up as well. It's a great opportunity to really support the younger crowds, and I really appreciate everything that they do and continue to do.
Well, it's worth mentioning too that Cloudland is an 18+ show or 18+ venue. Always?
No, it depends on the show.
Oh, it's all ages.
Some of them have been all ages. The ones I went to last week were all ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
But another one that I feel like every time I'm there, a lot of young kids just out there trying to find some new music. So
Yeah. Well, and I like Cloudland because, like, I've never once walked into Cloudland and been like, huh, that's sketchy. You know? Like, I've never, like, I really like what Cloudland's doing. And again, like, the people who run it are also just super cool musicians themselves. So, I think that when you're booking folks, it's really important to have kind of that background. And I think that they have it locked down really well, and it's very clean. Like, you always know what you're getting, start, finish. I love when places are organized.
Yeah.
I've worked with some people that are not very organized.
Yep.
It's always like,
why
am I finding this out 2 hours before the show?
Yeah. Just this week at Clownland, and I get a beer, and it foams up. It's a can of beer. She opens it up, and it foams up. And she's like, oh my gosh, I have to give you a new one. Well, it turns out I can drink a little foam, and it just saved me. I'm like, no, do not get another one. I'm fine. But she was like,
they're so
don't
sweet.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They're really sweet. It makes it a joy to go to Cloudland because of that. Other than just the music, there's just everyone that works there and helps out. It's just very, very kind and just cool.
Well, and as you said, I think it's important to have venues where all ages can be. I mean, that's how you grow music lovers. I mean,
exactly.
That's how you have a community, a scene in St. Paul, Minneapolis. Is people can keep entering it.
Yeah.
From all angles.
Yeah, I think some people want to cut kids off from being at places. I mean, it's a liability at some points, but I can tell that there's certain like times where it's like, this could be all ages, and it will be all right. But I don't think that we should gatekeep and like keep the kids out. That is the future, and there's a ton of great music that I've been hearing from like high school kids.
That's great.
That like I'm really excited for them to continue to craft and be part of this bigger scene that we have going on right now.
Yeah, some more integration would be good, but also it's great to have places where they have the best kombucha in town. It's so that there's no pressure.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're second level citizen because you can't go upstairs where the beer is. You can't go down, and that or feel any. So
yeah.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Should we play another song?
Sure.
What would you like to play?
Let me think clean here. Maybe When You Thought of the Reasons. Does that have an E on it? Sometimes I forget. Okay, we're good then. This is another like recent favorite of people. A lot of people are enjoying this online right now, which is very heartwarming. So,
ready?
Ready.
Okay.
We did it.
It's so funny, we were just talking about Cloudland before we started the show today, about all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Cloudland's cool.
It's my new favorite venue.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go there any night of the week.
Yeah. Well, like, and I've only seen one person get kicked out of Cloudland. And, like, their security guy, like,
He's
he
the
is
best.
so sweet.
He's the best.
That was what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so comfortable when I walk up and I see him. I'm like, yeah,
And
this is great.
he remembers faces.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he'll be like, I remember you. Come on in. And he's so, I'm super excited to perform there because, like, Brad's super cool, too. Like, they're just, like, cool people.
Well, and I just want to give people a space. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what you do up on that stage. Just be respectful and
Yeah.
just do your thing. And I love that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like, you can tell, like, especially, like, Brad, too. Like, he's just so into music.
Yeah.
And he, like, every show I just see him over there with his phone. He's, like, it's, like, the worst quality video sometimes, but he'll do it anyway. It's awesome.
Well, like Wednesday we were there for a like noise droney type show.
Yeah.
And then Thursday was there for any puppet, and he acted the same way for both.
Oh,
bands.
that's
And I
awesome.
was like, that's what I want. I want to see a guy who's
Yeah.
as excited for this weird fucking noise show that I just sat there and
Yeah.
this really fun indie pop show. Like,
Yeah. That's awesome. I wish it was closer, because I live in White Bear.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, some nights it's just like, oh, God, do I want
Yeah.
to? Do I want to go out there? Especially when it's, like, cold and...
but at least they have free parking.
Cloudland?
Yeah, it's all street parking.
All street
Oh,
parking.
well, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's free. That's
Yeah.
always a plus to me.
Yeah, I never have a hard time. I just go like one block down. I never have a hard time finding parking, especially over where the houses are behind it.
Yeah.
There's always like that corner street that I just pull up and I take a short walk and it's
Yeah.
nice. And the bathrooms are clean.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Clean bathrooms.
Yeah. Really nice.
It's sad. I always judge a venue on the bathroom. Like, I hate the Armory, but I love it because Armory has the best fucking bathrooms in
Well,
town.
I've actually never been to the Armory. I've only
Bathrooms are
worked at
nice.
the Armory. I used to work
I
for
can't
iHeartRadio and
okay.
did like their street team thing, and so I only ever worked outside the Armory. God, that was the worst job ever.
That's sweet.
It was so cold all the time.
Yeah, I bet. Alright, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the time, so maybe we'll just chat for a few more minutes and then we'll go.
Sure, sounds
Alright?
good.
Just,
And then do we put it on the playlist again?
yeah.
Okay.
Back to sports.
Where
Back
we
to
start it?
Yes, if you can remember where
Nope,
we stopped it.
but I'll
Well,
figure
we
it
look
out.
at, yeah, when we look, we'll see it. I was thinking, once the days are longer, I can walk to Clownland. And then I'll go.
Clownland.
Cloudland. I
I
would
would
call it that.
I would love for like the Clown Lounge and Clownland
Well, that-
to come together. and be
I called it that
Clownland.
last night when I was in the Clown Lounge. I'm like, Clownland.
I'm gonna start calling that in my reviews.
Clown.
When you thought of the reasons by Speakeazie, who we have in studio.
Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
They're laughing at me because I just made a new band and their new venue in town, Clownland.
Not a real
Clownland.
place.
Taking the best elements of the Turf Club and Cloudland and putting it together.
That's what I
Clownland.
would. You know, to me that would be a perfect place.
I love creepy clowns, you know? So when I
Shocker.
discovered the Clown Lounge in the basement of the Turf Club, I got so excited. And the person I was with at the time, they were like, "This is super creepy, man." So there's some certain bartenders that work there that like make sure to play clown movies.
Oh,
And
John
I'm like-
Henry?
I wasn't gonna say names, but yeah, I get so excited. It's like it's got that musty smell and musty.
Your friend's a little
basement.
creeped out, and you're down there taking decorating
Yeah.
advice. So,
Well,
yeah.
I wonder if I can just bring like clown things and leave them there if they'd be okay.
Oh,
with
absolutely.
I mean, isn't that?
Yeah, that a lot
I
of
guess
those
I
are
always
gifts.
assumed that's
Yeah.
how they got all their stuff
Yeah.
down there.
that. Yeah, you know, I didn't know if you needed a special VIP clown lounge pass though in order to bring clown things into the clown lounge. So, yeah.
I threatened to do a seed art of a clown and bring it in.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
That was one of my sad COVID.
Oh no.
And then I realized I'd have to not see live music and sit down and do it. It hasn't happened yet. It might. It might happen.
I believe
Yeah,
that
wow.
you can do it. You know, I have a dream to perform in the Clown Lounge just because I love the Clown Lounge. One day.
It seems like they are having occasional shows. They used to have more shows down
That's what I heard. You know, I just want to perform in the Clown Lounge. Just one time. Just to say I did it.
there. Well, I think it's a little bit like bringing in some clown paraphernalia. You just
Yeah.
get up on stage,
Just
start
slide.
doing.
Slide a bozo across the table. Is this enough to convince you?
Right.
How about 2? Here's him in a different position.
Just put on a big old red nose and get up there on the stage. I
Yeah.
think that's perfect.
Come in with squeaky shoes.
That's great. Speakeazie, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we just run down the next couple shows you have so people can remember where to see you.
All right, I'll keep it at 2. Tomorrow at Memory Lane's Anti-Valentine show, which is going to be cool. Going to be an awesome one. And then Cloudland on the 22nd
On 22nd.
of this month.
And Memory Lanes is all ages, is it not? Or is it? No, it isn't.
This
Okay,
show,
sorry.
yeah, this show's 21 plus. So tomorrow is 21 plus, and then the Cloudland performance is all ages. So
Great. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah. Should we go back to some sports music?
Yep.
Let's hear it.
All right.
What do we got? Bad Boy by Kiss the Tiger, because I decided I could pretend I read Bat Boy. Also, I
Oof.
like the song. Bad Boy. Let's hear it.